Today I found emotions that I didn't know I had. I want to share with you 3 journaling techniques that I use to uncover emotions and certain blocked memories. Use this with caution though, because when you're doing these, you might feel intense emotions bubble up. I notice that during these sessions, sometimes I break down crying or I get really upset. These methods can also be kind of draining because you're investing your energy into whole events and strong emotions that you have deep inside you. But it's kind of like bubbling up so it can pour out of you. After these sessions, I feel a little bit lighter and I can sleep a little better. This is because I'm deciding to take it all out of my body and mind and throw it onto paper. I'm not saying these methods will completely heal you, but uncovering certain emotions and events, it's a good start to your healing journey. Journaling methods that I've found are methods that I taught myself, and then I later discovered that one of them actually has a name, and it's called asymmetric writing. The other two I kind of just learned on my own. I would also love to hear how you vent in journals, so please share. Anyways, I want to go over these 3 techniques that you can use to vent and uncover certain emotions or events. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't always have the time to just be forming words together and journaling. I have a very, very busy life. I am a mother. That alone takes so much of my time and energy. And so if I can say that there is a way, I know there's a way for everybody out there to be able to do some self-reflection and internal work. Before I gave birth, one of the best gifts that I received from anybody was actually advice. Advice was a gift that I will remember long after my baby outgrows all of his clothes, long after he's grown up, and hopefully he can pass this advice to his children. That leads me to saying this advice is really, really rich. The person who gave me advice, her name is Tammy, and she told me one thing you need to do before your baby is born is that you need to heal. If you don't heal, you are going to some way pass down whatever you didn't heal from to your child. And so for the rest of my entire pregnancy, I was trying to heal. I realized later, after I gave birth, that I have a lot more to heal from than I could have ever imagined. I don't know if you've seen this. It's like a video trend of a glass under a faucet, a glass of dirty water, and then the caption says something like, healing takes constant effort. And that's exactly something I had to learn because I was impatient and rushing to heal. Healing is a work in progress. So I'm going to show you these 3 journaling methods that I use to quickly unlock memories and open emotions so that I can be better equipped to healing. The first method I already mentioned, it is asymmetric writing. This might be nostalgic for some people. When I was little and I didn't know how to write in cursive, I would scribble fake words onto paper and I'd pretend they were whole sentences, paragraphs, and that's kind of the same concept here. We're scribbling out our emotions without even saying one single word. All of these 3 methods, I've noticed that you're kind of like in a trance state, and that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm thinking and scribbling it all out. You can either write what comes up next to it, or you can just leave it blank. You don't have to give any kind of explanation as to what it is. It's for you. I personally like summarizing the emotions in a couple small words, and these are the words that came up in this specific state of mind. The second method is going to be my little scribbling circle method. And this one specifically brings up a lot of memories. I start by making a little circle spiral, and then I keep circling over and over and over again. Continue until a definite idea or thought comes up. And I'll write down that idea next to the specific circle, and then I'll restart with another one. I also notice that when I'm doing the circle method, my history comes up a lot. So this is really good for me when I want to uncover certain events that have happened that I've kind of just blocked out or blurred out. I really enjoy doing this method when I'm frustrated and have no idea why, because then I can get some clarity on how I'm feeling. In this last method, I had just discovered this. I was half asleep when I did it for the first time. This technique is a little more creative, and for me, it helps me get more in touch with my emotions on a deeper level. I start on a blank piece of paper, and I'm not looking at the paper at all. I actually look blankly in front of me and kind of let my hand do the talking with motion, strokes, lines, spirals. And so when I'm staring blankly at nothing, my mind can't help but to come in touch with how I'm feeling. This method, I've noticed, focuses on one certain topic from my experience, but on a deeper emotional level, like I said. This is also pretty fun because I don't glance at the paper not once until I'm ready to leave that little trance I'm in. And when I do look at the paper, I've noticed that I create some really cool designs, and it's purely emotions that have created these lines. And this is the end result of what this meditation like state created. I'm over here at Jack in the Box pouring out my emotions. I don't want to talk about the specific subject this brought up, but it definitely was something deep and something I've been suppressing for a really long time. Like I said, if you are to do these methods, just be prepared for a lot of emotions to come up and welcome them in kindly. A lot of the times I do this, I comfort myself after and go to sleep because it can be really exhausting pulling up certain emotions and events. A common misconception is that healing is opening up the wounds and really just seeing what happened, and that is not true. Keep mentioning your history over and over and over again, that's not really much help. I think that you'll just be stuck in the same loop of negativity, and it might actually do you more harm than good. In order to truly heal, it's necessary that you end off with some kind of positivity rather than just focusing on the negative things that have happened. Quick ways I like to actually heal instead of just living that moment. I talk to the little girl in me who feels abandoned and misunderstood. I also like to better understand the feelings behind those certain events. When I figure out the actual feelings, I do extensive research on how to grow with those feelings. The events that I uncover, I use them to see what I can do to forgive the people who hurt me. It also helps me see who exactly I need to forgive. To end off my session, I always end them with being very gentle to myself. I can give myself tea, comfort, love, extra care, and this kind of shows that I'm respecting and supporting myself rather than blaming myself for what happened. it's kind of rewriting the history of me thinking that there was something I did to deserve the pain that I went through. Sometimes we do need to accept accountability for things that have happened, but accountability is different from constantly blaming yourself and being ashamed of yourself every single day. And yeah, that was day 2 of my little healing journey. And I do want to say thank you for everybody who's recently subscribed to me. I really appreciate all of you. And don't be afraid to leave a little comment and say hi.